Hey guys, how's it going? It's Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall, and today we're gonna do a new segment called Troy Tries. So, as you can see, I've got a lot of niche perfumes right here that I currently enjoy. Some are, full bottle because I believe they're worth it, and then I'll have my own, like, set of decants. You'll see it in some of my other videos. I'll have a 2 ml sample decant just because this hobby right here, or to some people it's an obsession. I've seen people with hundreds of bottles. It can get very, very expensive, so we have to try things out. We can't just blind buy unless, man, we don't really care, but we got to try it out. So last year I was able to procure Francesca Bianchi Perfumes, and this is her sample set. It has everything, all her entire collection, and it's one tiny box. I thought I was gonna get a big box, but no. Came all the way from Amsterdam, and it came with a bunch of literature, which I did not read because I didn't want to get swayed or biased by this opinion. And I've tried, almost all of it, not all of it. And one of the reasons why I picked this up was because there's different mixed messages online about her collection. Some of them say that it's a masterpiece. She's a master perfumer. It's a niche within a niche. And then some people are saying, oh, downright unwearable. Some of it's just cloying. I don't like it. So so far I would say maybe 30% of this collection is on the I don't know where I'm gonna wear them. It's very dark and gothic, but that's just her style. Okay, so but the one that we're gonna talk about today is, I would say, is pretty much the most wearable one so far, and that is called Etruscan Water. Etruscan Water. So if you actually follow the Facebook groups, my scent of the day today was Clive Christian 1872. Over here in California, it's pretty springy no matter what, and so this green scent, citrusy scent, is very, very fresh, very perfect for this type of day. And ironically, Etruscan Water is also a citrusy scent. Okay, very citrusy scent, blasts you as well. What's the difference? And I would say that when I tried 1872, the citrus blast was like kind of like uplifting, and it's mass appealing in many ways because usually people around you, they want to get that uplifting smell, right? And that's what this does. This one here goes slightly different, goes a totally different way. Start with a lot of citrus, bergamot, and that kind of stuff, and then it just leans suddenly to a more dark, smoky leather accord. Leans more toward the oak moss, a little bit earthy, but like just smoky and dark, and that's Etruscan Water, and it's not one of those like uplifting ones. So I really believe it when people say it's a niche within a niche, because this is sort of like for a special crowd or special taste person. And if you were to buy this, I'm telling you right now, guys, if you're buying this niche perfume expecting a result that some of the other perfumes have done, you might be disappointed, because this is quite different. Okay, the smoky darkness mixed with citrus gives a totally different effect. But the funny part is, right, so I didn't read the literature on this, but Etruscan Water is actually based on her memories of Tuscany in Italy, the beaches, the South beaches, and I've been to those places, by the way. And when I was putting this on, right, I was like, man, who would wear this, right? And the first thing that was on my mind is the guy that's at the marina. So I was thinking about the guy with the shades on and maybe the collared shirt at the marina, and he's going there to check on his yacht or his boat, and then he'll just hang out with whoever's out there, probably go to a restaurant. Etruscan Water just applies to that guy. It's the same, like, gentlemanly, formal, proper one, but then leans a bit darker, which means a little bit more independent, not necessarily looking for mass appeal, and just looking to smell good, green, citrusy, and that's it. Maybe you could say it's on the sensual side. Maybe, people say it's sexy, sensual. Um, yeah, I mean, you can get that from some scents, maybe this one, but I wouldn't say like a lot, because I mean, we're talking sensual and sexual. I mean, there's so many other killers out there that can do the job. But Etruscan Water, like I said here, it's kind of like this fresh citrusy scent, but the freshness just disappears within seconds, goes straight into the darkness, dark, smoky, leathery, oak moss, bergamot, vetiver type of smell. And again, this is more for, I would say, the soloist, who, maybe you could say, I don't know if you want to say it's alpha male, but he just doesn't really care about the mass appeal. Is just a guy that wants to smell totally different. And this is not different in the sense of like different and then it's mass appealing. It's just different, and different for himself, different for others. And I believe there was a reviewer that said that you need some personality, and it's not about like personality. I would say I would think that it's just a question of choice on whether you would just wear this because you want other people to notice you. And I don't think it's about that. I think this is that type of perfume that you smell a certain way, and they'll know you smell this great way, and that you might not get one single compliment just because this thing is not as fresh or approachable. It's very dark and brooding, but it doesn't mean that they didn't compliment you. People could have complimented you in their head, or maybe a girl would just ask for your phone number. But yeah, that's what I think. It's totally different, even if it's citrusy and green and all of that. Now, a lot of people complain about the price point on this one right here. They say that it's too expensive, $100 for like 30 mil. But here's my rationale towards this. Okay, there are some perfumes that are 100 mil, but then you have to pony up $800. So you have to pony up $450, right? The great thing about this is that no matter what, for 30 mil, which is still a lot of sprays, you're just ponying up $100. So I think cost wise, if you want to include something like this in your collection, yeah, why not? It's like I said, if you want to smell slightly different, you want to introduce the green, that cologne smell, but then go completely dark on people, and you enjoy that kind of gratification, smelling different, then yeah, grab Etruscan Water for $100, which is, that's just like a designer perfume. You can enjoy 30 mil of this, which is the extrait. It's an extrait de parfum, so it's gonna last you a long ass time. Even right now, like, man, it's still there. And I would say additionally that when people say it's like the Francesca Bianchi DNA, it's sort of like smoky, gothic, dark. That's almost all of them, which is really, man, I was like, oh, that's the DNA that she has on her perfumes. They're almost all like that. So it's very individualistic, very, very individualistic, I would say. Definitely, just looking at Facebook groups, probably 90% of the folks would not get into this because they're all about getting outward, getting some compliments or getting some outward gratification. But this one right here, I would say it's like an introverted inward gratification, where it's like, you smell very sensual and very interesting, very good. You just know it, and that's why I was thinking about the guy in the marina. I'm not thinking about a guy in no party, no club, just a guy going in the marina, spending his day and smelling good at the same time. That's what it is. Etruscan Water. So yeah, that's it for now, guys. Again, I've got so much to cover, but thank you guys for all the subscriptions. We got big pretty fast, I think, with a few subscriptions within the last month. I only started like a month ago, so appreciate all the subscription, guys, and I have so much more to cover, trust me. And I've got lists. I've got other great stuff to cover. But anyways, this is for those guys that were always wondering what's up with this. Probably saw it from another reviewer. I will say this. One last bit is that this one right here, no lie, I might reserve this for the next like few years. You know why? Because I believe this is for maybe 40 and up. That's just me. I can't imagine any young guy wearing this. Okay, maybe a lady, but for me, like, I'm gonna reserve this till maybe I'm a little bit more mature than now, because it's very, very mature. Like I said, it's the guy that goes to the marina. Who goes to the marina? It's definitely not young bucks that are still paying off their car loans and still partying at the clubs. And I don't know, it's just not that kind of guy. You just know it's a mature kind of guy, So I feel like it's very mature. So if you're like maybe 40 and up, you want to smell your age, mature, but then sensual and green and all of that, and this might be too uplifting for you, bam, Etruscan Water. Okay, so hopefully this review helps, and enjoy your day, guys. I'll be coming back with much more soon. Thank you.